Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to try and get out of this reading funk. I just don't really feel like reading anything. I've read a couple books, but they're not exciting. Like I have DNF'd more books than I have ever done before, and it's mostly because I'm just not in the mood to read them. It started after I finished the Caraval series, and that was in like early September. And after that, I just have not found any book that I truly wanted to read as much as I wanted to read that series. So it's safe to say that I am in a little bit of a book slump. So I already started reading The Ballad of Never After. The main reason why I started reading this series was because I had just finished Caraval, and I already felt like I was going to get this series spoiled because I was already getting glimpses of that on Twitter. The new one is coming out very soon, and I didn't want that to be completely spoiled for me. So we're gonna be starting to read this one. I don't want to read this entire series so soon, but because the new book and the final book is coming out so soon, I know that it's gonna be spoiled. So we're gonna be starting to read this one. I'm already pretty into this one because I just started reading this one before I was planning on making this little mood vlog. The first book is What's a Print a Broken Heart, and that's basically about Jax and Evangeline. So Evangeline makes a deal with Jax because her true love is getting married to her stepsister, and she doesn't want that to happen. So she goes to Jax and asks him to stop the wedding. For him to be able to do that, he makes a deal with her where she has to kiss 3 different people whenever he wants and whoever he chooses. Some things happened in the first book where she ends up going to the north, where in her town and in her entire country it's kind of like this magical world that no one really knows what's in the north. Everyone speculates, everyone has these stories, but no one truly knows what happens in the north because it's said that it's like this magical, enchanting world. And so she embarks in this journey. Her stepsister actually ends up going too, and there's just like this entire journey that she goes through, and it's just so fun. The first book is so fun. It's just so whimsical, and it reminded me a lot of the Caraval series and the sisters because both her stepsister and her are like very involved with each other, and like they're going in this journey together, and it just reminded me of that like sister bond that we had in the first book. I love the way that Stephanie writes these women. So yeah, we're gonna start reading this one, and I'm just so excited. So let's hop into this one. Right now is that I am so glad that I only have to wait 2 days for the third book because I don't know what to think anymore, and I just have no clue. In the third book, it is the final one. I am at lost with words with what just happened. I tabbed, and I'm gonna go back and tab some more, but wow, this is so good. So on Tuesday, I'm hoping to go during lunch to Barnes & Noble to get copies of the third book and King of Greed. I'm really hoping that those 2 books are there. If not, then I'm just gonna have to order them on Amazon. I'm going to go on my Goodreads and basically look at other reviews and give my own reviews because I love going on Goodreads. It's my favorite thing to do when I finish books and just reading in general. I love just crossing another book out from my TBR and just updating my Goodreads. It's obviously a 5 stars for sure. Like every book that I've had of Stephanie Garber's, all of them, they are all 5 stars. Cannot recommend. So yeah, let's go do that. costume. It is actually Tuesday, which is Halloween, but we ended up finishing A Curse for True Love, and I understand why people didn't love this book, and I think it's because we're so used to having the classic fairy tales like Cinderella, Snow White, where a damsel in distress needs a hero, he goes and saves her, and they go run into the sunset, and this is not what this is, and I think that's why a lot of people didn't enjoy it. But I think that the way that Stephanie went about this book is very realistic and a great way to go about what happened at the end of Ballad, because it does leave on a cliffhanger, and I don't understand if people just wanted that issue resolved right away. It wasn't something that got resolved so quickly. It was actually a huge part of this book. I do have a special edition coming on Thursday, and I hope that I'm able to show you guys, because I personally love this entire series, and I'm so happy that I got that edition because it's so beautiful, and I definitely want all of those editions together. I think that she did an amazing job with this book, and I hope that she continues writing in the same world as Caraval in this series, because I personally love the aspect of the fates, and I wish and I hope that we get Lala and Chaos, which they are fates, and I hope that we get their perspective, because in Caraval and in this series they were all humans, like the main female characters were humans who were falling for fates, and I kind of want to have a fate falling for another fate, kind of like a different plot to that. As you guys saw, we also ended up reading King of Greed. That's basically about Dominic and Alessandra, where he is such a workaholic and he has had no time to be with his wife, and throughout the years he's just missed so many opportunities and so many different dates and occasions where she just felt like he was putting his work first. There is something that happens in the beginning of the book where it's basically Alessandra's last straw. She is just not going to take it anymore, so she files for divorce, and he's kind of surprised but not really surprised. I don't know how he didn't see that coming. He does not want a divorce, and he starts realizing how much he took her for granted, so you kind of go through that. There's a lot of groveling. Obviously I love Anna Huang. I've read all of her books, and this different tropes are honestly very refreshing. I've never read these tropes before of marriage and trouble, and I'm just very intrigued to see how this ends, because they were already married. Let's continue reading, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time you guys are watching this, and let's continue with this vlog. Finished reading King of Greed, and I still don't know how I feel about this book, and I didn't expect this. I did not expect to feel a little sad when it came to their relationship, because they got a divorce obviously, and her explaining all of her heartbreaks and how she felt throughout their marriage was just so sad to read about, and it just felt really personal. Well, not like personal to me, but I just felt like I was just like listening to a married couple going through it, and I just felt a little wrong. So I don't know, it felt a little weird reading this, and her talking about how he broke her heart and how he's just missed so many different times and milestones for her. I did end up giving it a 4 stars. It was good though. I highly recommend, and I've never read this kind of like groveling. Like, you think that you read groveling? No, you haven't. This book right here, this man, he will go and beg on his knees if he can every single day. In the beginning of the video, we ended up picking up Ballad and just reading that and finishing that in this vlog, but obviously I give it a 5 star. It's so good. I think that that one is definitely my favorite book out of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series for sure, because the ending and everything leading up to the ending was just so perfect. And then the star of the show, the reason why everyone clicked on this video, A Curse for True Love, the 3rd and final book in this trilogy. I highly recommend. Do not get your hopes up thinking that this is going to be a Ava Jax love story or a fan fiction, because it's not, I don't know, like a really good realistic fairy tale where it's not just like your typical girl meets boy, they fall in love with each other, they get married even though they've only met each other for a day. It's just such a different writing when it comes to fairy tales, and I don't know, I personally loved it. I understand why people didn't. I really hope that we get a Lala and Chaos story, because Stephanie Garber is going on tour right now and she has been teasing, I think, Lala and Chaos. I don't know, I might be a little delulu. If not, then that's okay. I would read anything that she writes, because the extended epilogue on this, if you guys have read this extended epilogue, it does tease someone else coming, and I think I know who it is. I might be wrong, but if it is, that is gonna be a really good series. Let me show you guys my baby. She is so cute. I love her so much. Look at her. Look at her. She is amazing. She is everything. So cute. I love, honestly, both of these. These two covers are so cute. I honestly cannot believe I have this. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. I don't think that this video helped me get out of my reading slump, because now that I finished this entire series, what am I gonna do? So stay tuned until the next time that I'm for sure gonna be doing this vlog again. I think that I am again in a different reading slump because I just finished the entire world. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you guys did, make sure to stick around. I hope you guys have a great day, night, whenever you guys are watching this. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.